Hello friends, today we are going to study a new concept which many a time create confusion in the minds of students is communist economy. What is this communist economy and where we can find this communist economy? Many a time a confusion is there in media or at many places that this particular country has communist economy. It is not the case. What is communist economy? We will try to understand in a simpler language. See, first thing, communist economy is an ideal concept. It is not found anywhere in the world. I repeat this point once again. Those who are reading newspaper, those who are reading many things, those who have read that there is communist economy in China, or it is in North Korea, or it is in Cuba. So I want to make one thing very clear. They have command and control economy, or in other words I can say they have dictatorial economies, but none of these countries have communist economy. Why? Because communist economy is an ideal concept, right? Now why it is called as an ideal concept, we'll go in its formation, how it forms, then we'll come to understand every basic aspect. See, Industrial Revolution took place in England. Industrial Revolution was the base of greed. Industrial Revolution gave rise to capitalist economy, right? It gave rise to capitalist economy, and capitalist economy has first character that it is an open economy. Second thing, capitalist economy is based on profit motive. Third important thing, capitalist economy is an open economy. Fourth thing, capitalist economy is based or has the most cardinal principle is competition. And this capitalist economy gave rise to laissez-faire economy. Laissez-faire economy or capitalist economy can also be called as a laissez-faire economy. Means what? An economic system based on least government interference is a laissez-faire economy. It means what happened in capitalist economy, it gave rise to two important classes which were almost absent before Industrial Revolution. One was capitalist class, second was workers class. One was capitalist class, second was workers class. Capitalist class had resources in their hands, had factories in their hands, had wealth in their hands, and worker class had only one thing, which was labor in their hand. So capitalist class had upper hand over worker class. So it led to a kind of conflict between capitalist class and worker class, and capitalist class exploited working class, labor class. It exploited working class or labor class to a very larger extent. Now what happened? This exploitation of working class by bourgeois or capitalist class has led to conflict between these two classes. Now henceforth it is theoretical. Now what Karl Marx said, it said that the capitalist class will exploit worker class to such an extent that it will lead to revolution by worker class against this capitalist class, and this revolution will end the present capitalist system. It will end the present class system, and it will create a new world order. This new world order shall be a classless society. There won't be any ruler, there won't be any ruled, there won't be any worker, there won't be any capitalism, there won't be anything. It shall be a classless society. And this classless society is nothing but an is nothing but a communist economy. What is communist economy? It is a classless society. Here everyone will work according to his own requirement. Here everyone will work according to his own needs, and everyone will work as per his own abilities. Is a communist economy. Currently in China, Politburo is there. In Cuba, Politburo is there. President is there. Also in North Korea, also a ruler is there. Whereas in communist economy, no such class exists. Why? Because it is a classless society. So as per Karl Marx, this communist economy shall exist based on the conflict between working class and capitalist class. I am not saying working class and ruling class. I am saying working class and capitalist class, and this new world order shall be a classless society, which is a communist economy. So by going by theoretical or realistic definition, no country in the world is a communist economy. Some of the countries might have some degrees of communist economy's character, but no country can be categorically completely called as a communist economy. I repeat once again, Industrial Revolution which led to capitalist economy, which led to laissez-faire economy. It created two classes, one was capitalist class, second was working class. There was conflict between these two classes. Why? Because this capitalist class is exploiting this working class. Conflict led to revolution. These workers revolted against this capitalist class. This revolution has created new world order, which is classless society. No classes are there, no stratification is there, and this classless society, an ideal concept, is nothing but a communist economy. So this is communist economy. That's why I told you in the beginning, communist economy is an ideal concept. Now we'll go for the features of this communist economy. First thing, it is an ideal concept. It is given by Karl Marx. It talks about classless society. No classes are there. Self-planning or individual planning is the basis of communist economy. Self-planning, that everyone shall plan according to his own needs, according to his own abilities, according to resources he or she has. So self-planning is the basis of communist economy. Principle, this is the most important principle of communist economy. From everyone according to his abilities and to everyone according to his needs. It means in a communist economy, no one will be forced to work more than his abilities. He shall work as per his abilities, and a person shall not be given salary based on his work. He shall be given salaries, he shall be given goods, he shall be given services based on his needs. It means there won't be any concentration of wealth. It means the wealth or the means of production shall be owned by people completely. No state shall be there. Is a communist economy. Property is owned by everyone. That is the theme of communist economy, which is individual planning. You have to keep this thing in mind. Many students ask me, sir, what is difference between socialism and communism? So I want to make one thing very clear. Socialism is the first step towards communism. So when you begin, it is socialism, and when you reach at the peak, it is communism. So socialism is the first step towards communism. Communism is the end. It is an ultimate goal. No economy in the world can be clearly called as a communist economy. Keep watching this series and keep sharing with your friends. Thank you very much. Have a good day.